you talking about? It's right there.
We restart. Oh, we're good. Oh, I guess we'll just cut it. All right. 5. Give me another countdown.
Dude, just go.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Black and White. All our lovely supporters out there. This is episode 6, I believe. And no surprise, I'm here this week. I think last time I was up here, it was because it was rigged, I believe. But I feel like I earned this one. And yeah. Introduce yourselves.
Oh, I'm Peter.
I'm Ernest, and I'm the one that keep catching strays from Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm Christian. And if you guys can tell, Ernest, you got some new additions that the people don't know about. Your blonde hair.
I'm blonde.
You're blonde.
I'm blonde.
Welcome to the club.
Okay.
At first, I was kind of iffy about it, but I think it's growing on me. It works good.
You know what?
I like it.
Let's just get going.
Appreciate it. I'm just trying to be nice.
You know.
All right, well, hey, Lauren W. came in with another question for you guys, and I like this one. I like it a lot. So first question, thank you to Lauren W. Would you rather live the rest of your life as short as your hand or as tall as the building you're in? Proportionally sized, of course.
As tall as the current building that we're in, but as tall versus being as short as my hand.
Yeah.
So 4 stories tall.
4 stories tall.
The building we are in are 4 stories. Is 4 stories tall. It's pretty wide too. Big square.
Just go ahead and add the width in that equation, huh? Length times width times height.
Yeah, 'cause she said proportionally sized. Of course, I didn't know what that meant.
We're not just going to be like this thin.
Oh.
We're not going to be our current
Yeah.
thickness and as tall as Combs. We're going to be like...
Combs.
No, we're not going to be the shape of Combs. We're going to be as tall as we are and then as wide as we are now, proportional. Like, we'll keep the same proportions we have now, but we'll be 4 stories tall. I think is what that means.
All right. Well, what do you think?
I'll take the height.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll take the height.
I would say height as well.
That's weird.
Because
I wasn't
Being as
I'd be so
short
good
as
at
my
basketball.
hand, dude, I would be.
What if the building you're in is small, Pete?
we're in this building.
We're in Combs.
This building is 4 stories tall.
Oh, I guess it is. I thought it was
No,
like.
I don't think it's just you change height.
Yeah,
every
I
time
thought
you
it
go
was
in
like
another
you
building.
change height every time you go in a different
Also,
building.
what building would be small, you think?
Well, a 1-story building you wouldn't.
My
be that
house?
tall. You have a house.
But
You're
you're
gonna
still
be-
taller than a
unless
human.
you go in like a
regardless.
shed.
That's true. Yeah.
Even a shed, you're still taller.
Yeah, but we're in a 4-story building, so
It's really tall.
I'd take it.
You ain't gonna be able to drive.
No, but I could walk
That's
places pretty
true.
quick.
I mean, like one
At
like
length of
5
step.
steps to my apartment from here. Like
one stride is like a mile, essentially.
No, but I think I would stay.
But I feel like if you're as
Combs.
short as your hand, you can go hide places. You can get into places.
Yeah, but
easier.
if I'm as big as this building, I don't need to hide.
How you gonna get inside like a restaurant?
I'm not. I'm gonna pick up the restaurant.
All right,
I mean, there's problems with both, but
I'm
being
gonna stop talking. I want to hear you guys talk. Go ahead.
You're gonna make a lot of problems. Like you're gonna be like that old game on PlayStation 1 where it's like Godzilla versus everyone else in your Godzilla.
I mean, there is the advantage of being small is you're unobtrusive. You can't ever be unobtrusive if you're the size of this building, right? If you're tiny, like, but
Okay, before you keep going, can I ask one question?
what?
What does obtrusive mean?
Like, it's like you barge in, like if you're kind of disruptive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're tiny, there it does have the. It does, yeah.
Do
Read
you
the
ha-
definition.
Definition,
Word of the-
please.
Noticeable or prominent in an unwelcome or intrusive way.
Okay.
Talking to that mic. Oh,
Well, I mean, I agree with Pete. I'm definitely going.
yeah, so you're going
I'm
big
going
too.
Yeah, because I mean,
Tell me why.
Well, sir, I'll tell you why. All right, here we go. But
Okay.
I would not be as short as my hand. Like my hand is very, very short.
Sure.
And you say you can hide places, but you can't even. Me walking from where I am now to the elevator is going to be like 3 miles because I'm extremely short. My legs cannot operate at maximum capacity, and I'll be doing a lot more in comparison to being as tall as a building. Whereas typically I don't have to.
Well, if you're as tall as this building to get to the elevator, you'd have to take a really small step.
Who said I was going in a building?
You couldn't be in a building.
You couldn't be in a building.
Yeah. You guys are smarter than me on this.
You are the building, literally, essentially.
Built like a building.
Yeah.
I wish I was a building.
I would like.
So tell
I
me,
could go into
tell me
swimming.
why again, Ernest. I want to hear you. Like, why do you want to be? You were telling me why you don't want to be a hand, but why do you want to be as tall as a building?
Because I will, for one, I'll be seeing the world differently. And I've always been afraid of heights, and being as tall as a building will not only eradicate that fear of height, but it will also add on the fact that I have to live a different life, essentially. And I've always been interested in how it would be. I always thought about how I would interact with the world if I was taller than I am now, especially like a building, or how accepting I would be of change. So I would definitely be a building, like as tall as a building, just to see how the world is and the benefits I could give the world by being that height.
Either way, you're going to be isolated.
Yeah.
No matter
Because if you're tiny, like really tiny,
Where you gonna live? Where would you live? Here's it. Where would you live if you were that tall?
I would.
I mean, you would just find some land and just like lay there.
You need
Oh,
shelter in order to survive.
Yeah, you'd build a big old pavilion, lay down under it, get a huge blanket.
Jack and the Beanstalk was definitely my first thought when you said tall as a building.
Yeah. Well, I still didn't answer my question.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: you could build something to live.
Okay.
Yeah. You're massive. You can just pull trees up and just put them together. Boom.
What jobs would you have?
Lineman,
What is that?
electric lineman. You repair telephone lines.
I thought you meant like football linemen.
That too. You're absolutely like
You
you're
just lay
probably
down.
getting banned from every sports league. Let's be honest. But like,
probably.
imagine you're playing safety. You're just standing like a good 40 yards back, just swatting stuff. You know.
You would
I
get
mean, if you're
banned.
tall as a building, I don't even think you could fit in.
What about you, Ernest? What job would you want?
As a, I mean,
As
I would be,
tall.
I would be my own forklift,
Oh, okay.
and I could really make bands just doing that alone. Just like, hey, we need to call Ernest to come pick this up. You know, I lift it up with one finger. Here you go, boss. What do you want it? You know what I mean?
Work at a port, like just moving those shipping containers from.
100%.
You're just replacing a crane, but you're way better at it. Like,
Yeah.
That would be killer.
Yeah.
That'd be actually really fun.
All right, let me think. You guys brought some really good points to the table here. But I'm looking for something that stands out, you know, something that just.
Okay, but guess what stands out? A guy that's as tall as this building.
Mm.
But that's not really an argument. So there would be disadvantages. Like,
Yeah.
again, you're isolated no matter which one you choose, right? Because it would be hard to be friends with someone that's as tall as this
It's true.
can,
Yeah.
and it would be hard to be friends with someone who is
Yeah.
way up there.
Like you couldn't even give the person a high five without like smacking them into.
But I feel like if you're that short, you know, people be like, oh.
I wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't want
wanna
someone to feel
cradle you.
sympathy
I
for
wouldn't
me.
want. I don't
Oh,
know about.
okay.
Maybe you would like being cradled, but
Maybe.
I'm good.
Sounds like someone just wants to be cuddled over there, man.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
You know, I like both of y'all's points. I like both of your points. Oh, man, this is tough. I like Ernest's forklift,
That was fun.
and so I think Ernest, you brought more to like, you know, to talk about and to.
I got the first point. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the first point.
All right.
Peter, you came off hot and I liked it, but it was like a little too early, you know.
What?
What is
'Cause I
that?
forgot. I have ADHD in my brain. It just like
Oh yeah, I should have made my good points later.
try to recap. I'm slow. All right, second question. You ready?
Did you just call yourself slow?
I mean, like I'm very forgetful.
What'd you just say?
All right. Number 2, question 2. When you talk, would you rather have a high-pitched voice or always talk like you're rapping a song?
I always talk like I'm rapping a song.
Can we get an example? I'm trying to.
You don't know what high-pitched is? Like,
I know what high pitched is. What do you mean? Like I'm always. I know what high pitched is, Christian. Okay, I have a pretty high pitched voice.
that's funny.
This would be me all of the time.
Yeah, that's right.
But wait, if I'm talking like
Or
I'm
rapping. Like you're always rhyming your sentences and you're always like, think of it like Eminem. It's always.
that would be kind of dope though.
I mean, like, bro, like you're.
But it's like annoying. Like you know, like, after a while, it'd be annoying.
Are you good at it though, or are you just trying?
No, I'm gonna say like you're bad at it. Like you're that high school SoundCloud rapper that nobody likes. You're not like Eminem. Like it don't make really sense, but it's just random words.
So the options are: you sound like a
child
obnoxious high schooler, or you sound like an
you are
obnoxious
literally
middle schooler.
obnoxious.
Basically, yeah.
How high pitched are we talking here?
That's pretty good. Like
This high pitched?
yeah.
I think I can make this work. But
You might have to use like a voice, like a voice filler or something, but you could definitely make that work.
I mean, I could probably get somewhere in comedy. I don't know, like get a job that doesn't require a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Do I sound that much like Pinocchio?
You do, yeah.
I promise, I'm a real boy.
My voice cannot go that high. I don't
You
think.
try.
I sung in a soprano alto choir all through high school,
I don't think. See,
so I can hit all
can't get it that
the
high.
notes.
That's pretty good. That's
It's high enough, but it's not high.
okay.
Go higher, Ernest.
A little bit higher, just like that.
No, I gotta go rapper. That's terrible.
I
I
just
can't
give you
do that.
rapper, honestly.
You guys always agree with the same thing.
I'm sorry. It's just the rapper could be kind of fun for a bit. You get so obnoxious though, but like
Yeah.
a high pitched voice that
But some people
It's
have
continuous.
I know some people have high pitched voices.
Yeah. I feel like after a while you get used to the high pitch. Like you're just like, oh well.
do I have to talk if I have the high pitched voice, or can I just be one of those?
I mean, you can be kind of silent, you know. Like you can keep your sentences short if you'd like.
Yes.
Yeah. But with rapping, like you got like your sentences have to rhyme and they're kind of long.
But
Oh, man.
here's
It's- It's one of those. I'm trying to go home, but then my dog, I gotta feed her a bone. It's something like that. You have to make it make sense the whole time, and it's. Okay, look, that's an example of what it would be like if you have to rap everything you say.
they're both pretty bad.
All right. Well, if you're going with that, I have to hear you rap. Like
No
for
shot.
the next minute, you have to rap.
For a
whatever I
you're
said.
bugging, bro.
Okay, so you can't. I mean, you guys already did the high pitch, but you can't even do the rapping for 5 seconds.
high pitch was easier to do. High pitch is easier to do. Is it actually like we don't get the ability to rap, or just we have
No,
to
like you're like you guys don't know how to rap, but you're trying to rap.
we have to for us to say something.
Bro,
It
your
has
voice
to
is
be,
cracking.
For us to say something, it has to be rhymed like rap,
Yes, like you're rhyming and it like
or it has to be high pitched. So we have to.
I'd like to hear you guys even try to start rapping.
I'm not.
like-
I'm
to like
not
what
that
you're
guy.
If you're gonna choose rapping, you have to rap. You have to rap. If you're gonna go with rapping, you have to rap to me why you should win at this point.
I mean, I just find it stupid that every single line has to match. You may as well just
Here's the-
close the door and lock the hatch. Like that's something like that. This just doesn't.
Ernest would actually be good at that. I don't think I would be.
Doing that off the top of my head would be very difficult.
You're always freestyling.
But then on the
You thought I
other,
was gonna do it again, did it? I'm not. Nah, bro, I cannot match.
ooh, I don't know. Maybe I would go high pitched.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, it's easier. But I get so good at rapping. I would get really good at rapping because I'd always be practicing.
Yeah. I guess you could.
So
admit-
actually, rapping would be the way to go. Yeah, I think rapping would be the way to go.
I mean, you could be a SoundCloud rapper that people make fun of and get publicity off of it and then capitalize.
you could turn that into. Yeah, you can get good because here's the thing.
like Young Gravy.
It takes what 10,000 hours of practice.
I agree with I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
100%.
You don't like Young Gravy?
I do not.
Fair. His name's Young Gravy.
Yeah.
Spelled wrong.
He had that one line that I cannot stop hearing.
What is
He's
it?
like, he
I
said
don't
something about a
listen to it.
lisp, and they give good faith, and then like he lisped the faith, so it sounded like something else.
Live the faith. I don't know.
How do you?
Like he said
you-
that she has a lisp. She has a lisp. She gives good faith. Something like that.
That sounds dumb.
I'm probably saying it wrong, but I just
alright.
think it's stupid.
Young Gravy probably said it wrong too. No, I think rapping's got it because you would the 10,000 hours rule of that takes 10,000 hours of practice to get good at something. Pretty soon you'd be good at it, and you could make a career out of that. Whereas if you have that,
Yeah, but, like,
if
I
you
mean,
have
you're-
like the obnoxiously
But
high pitched
but
voice,
you're always gonna be rapping though. Like it's not like like you're rapping the whole time.
But I could have some mean bars.
You know what I thought about? You could, if you go high pitched, you could be the next annoying Fred.
Who's annoying Fred?
You never heard of annoying Fred?
I've never heard of annoying Fred.
Really?
Fred. Fred,
Oh.
I loved Fred. I loved Fred.
That one squeaky kid that always talk with a high pitch, like, "Oh my
He was
God,
on-
my name is Fred." Like
He was on iCarly.
I didn't watch iCarly.
I'll-
iCarly was made by a pervert. Why would I watch iCarly?
Okay. You didn't have to go there with it.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
Nah,
I am not wrong.
What I'm trying to say is you're always rapping and like I feel like that'd be very annoying to me.
But
Like I knew a kid in high school who was always just rapping. And
But did you know a kid in high school that talked like
Yeah,
this?
I know
all
someone
the time?
right now, and I deal with it.
What's
And
it?
that sounds like a
he's-
negative.
I think
Him and I get along very well because we're both Lions fans.
Roar.
That's fine.
roar, Lions, roar.
All right, well, I think we've beat the stick on this one. So I'm gonna go.
What do you
I mean,
wait, beat the stick?
I think Peter, you were very into this question. He was. I mean, he took on the role of. I mean, if you had went with a high pitched voice,
But
I would have definitely went
I
with
can't do
you.
that.
But I mean, I think you earned this point. So I'm gonna give you the point, Pete.
Okay.
Is
In
that
your
all right?
face, Ernest.
We never actually decide on what we're gonna do.
Well, I mean, it took you 20 minutes, and you won't even rap. You won't even rap for me. So
I did rap. I made
rapped a
2
lot more than
bars.
I did.
did he really? Well, I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
No.
I
He was
matched.
out here rapping. You were out
Bro,
here rapping, bro.
I matched match with Hatch, and then home with Bone. I'm just saying,
Well,
bro. Like,
One good. I didn't even notice it.
It was that smooth, Ernest.
bro, I really wish he's trying to get like me, but apparently I'm not.
You gotta
spitting out
have that
hits.
rapping voice. You just kind
I
of
just
talk.
did it
normal.
again. You didn't even
What
notice.
kind of rapping
That's
voice
crazy.
is this? I can't rap with this.
Look, he on the beat.
There you go. Well, now you're doing both.
DJ
I
Khaled.
mean, I already made my decision. You ain't gotta keep.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm him.
It's Little John, but
Headphone users. That was a headphone user warning right there. Golly, don't ever do that
What do you
again,
do? What do you
please.
do? Rick Ross's.
That's funny. I'm glad you guys are having fun with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 1-1.
knees weak, arms are heavy.
Yeah.
There's vomit on my sweater already,
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah. Stick to the high pitched voice. All right.
Just do the rest of the episode like this.
Imagine.
Got these next 3
Bro, so many
questions
people
off
gonna click off
the
that.
web.
That's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah. Tune in a little long. I think it'll get more entertaining as we go.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything you're told?
There you go.
Lose the ability to lie.
Lose the ability to lie.
Because that. Okay. Here's the thing.
agree with this.
I already don't believe everything I'm told anyway.
It would be a good thing for me to lose the
Golly,
ability to
guys.
lie. I'd
to
probably
argue
lose
for
well,
once.
I know what you're saying. I would definitely lose a lot of friendships if I can't lie.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I would.
Because my friends know that I tell like it is.
Because sometimes I just have to be quiet when I normally would have been like, "Oh, that looks all right."
But if I tell it, like, if someone's like, hey, Ernest, what do you think about this? And I can't lie. It's like, yeah, man, I think it looks all right. No, I think you messed up. And typically, when I went blind, I imagined if I asked people how they felt about it and they couldn't lie, they would tell me otherwise.
I was honest with you.
That's fair.
Anyway,
I said I like
no, I think it'd be good. It would be good for me to not. I keep going in the high voice.
You may as well just go ahead and tap into your inner beast.
No, that's what? What?
You got that
Anyway,
dog in you.
This show's having an effect on me.
back down in the normal voice where I normally talk. Anyway, no, because if I couldn't lie, for one, believing everything you're told would be incredibly dangerous. Especially if people found out that you were just incredibly gullible. For two, not being able to lie would be really good for you in the long run. Right? You'd be better at communicating, all sorts of things like that. Like, generally the best strategy is to tell the truth for anything. I think it'd be great.
All right. Go ahead, Ernest.
Before I say my points, that made me just think about you're essentially under oath for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, again, I'm still going with you can't lie, because if you believe everything you're told, not only is that dangerous, it also, I can argue that you're just ignorant to reality. That it's not, hey man, he just caught another straight to the head for just no reason. Anyway, I'm definitely going can't lie, because lying can get you out of situations, but it only deepens the hole that you can put yourself in. And as someone who, I wouldn't say I am still, but I used to be a compulsive liar, which means I lied a lot. And I could, and the most difficult thing about lying is the fact that you have to continuously build upon it. And you have to get your story, you have to memorize that story to the point where it becomes the truth in your own head. Versus, I can omit all of that. I can tell reality as it is, what exactly happened in each set, everything is set in stone. Then, again, just truth is greater than a lie. So,
I mean, it's going to hurt sometimes, but it's going to make you a better person.
100%.
Like,
I don't know.
and also, think about it this way. Once people realize that you can't tell a lie, you could probably make some money off of that.
Become an
What if,
informant,
like-
you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if, like, your kid?
Well,
murdered
you couldn't be an
someone?
informant.
Because they would know.
No, because they could ask you. Yeah, no.
Oh, I just
No.
thought about that.
No,
you really
you
can.
Yeah, you could
Oh,
not.
no,
you
you're
could
screwed.
not try to ever deceive anyone.
I would say
Yeah.
It was like, are you an informant? I am an information gatherer.
What if one of your children's kills someone? And
Sucks
you,
for
and
them.
you
They
saw
shouldn't
him,
have done that.
and you
I'm
saw
calling
him,
the cops.
and you saw him do that.
If
And
my
they ask you about it.
if my kid kills someone, I'm telling on them anyway.
100%. Because now you bring along to this. If you don't tell about a crime and you know and you witnessed it, you're now
Yeah, I should have used
You're
a better
now
example, I guess.
deemed an accessory.
Should have used a better
Because
example.
like, you're gonna try to hide it, so therefore now you're just as liable as your child who killed the person.
Yeah, let me think of something. I didn't mean it to that extreme. But I'm thinking more like,
Why do you have murder on your mind at like 11, 10 o'clock?
I watched some
11,
Netflix.
10. Okay, that's what
Some
I was saying.
Netflix.
Did you watch the
other
Murder
day.
on Murders?
I did. That's okay. Yeah. Actually, that was it. That was it. Yeah.
Sponsor is Netflix.
I
I
hate,
still haven't watched
that was
that.
a crazy. I don't like. It sucks. Sucks.
I think it's the speed at which Netflix is turning out those documentaries is a little concerning. Like they're getting the documentaries produced before the trial's over. I'm like, come on.
It's been like 2 years though.
He just got convicted.
Yeah. No.
Sentenced.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have a documentary out yet.
That's true. I agree. Like it should come after the trial.
But I feel like they probably had journalists
Isn't
that
that
were
like-
following the case since the very beginning.
Anyway, all right. So lying and believing everything you're told. You guys are going to lying.
Yeah. We've agreed on every single one today.
So and that's
No,
that's
you
like,
guys agreed on everything I did last time too.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we didn't.
Yeah, you did. I remember.
Wait, the last one you did?
Yeah, the last one that
I thought you
did.
meant last week. I was
No,
like,
last.
no.
Well, because I understand that we gotta disagree.
It's not about playing devil's advocate. It's about what you believe.
I ain't playing devil's advocate on
I
something.
guess I'd like to make it entertaining though.
It is entertaining.
I mean, if you both agree and
watch
argue
some
different
Brothers
points about why you agree, you're
I don't
both
know
still
who to
meeting.
agree with because you guys both said the same points. You guys are giving the same points.
Oh well, okay. Here's a point that he didn't make.
All right. All right, you ain't got it. You got something? You got something for me? Well, don't look over. You're cheating. Stop lying.
I'm definitely looking. Therefore, I'm not cheating. I'm not lying. I meant.
Here's
All
the
right,
thing.
you're cheating. Point goes to Peter. Good job, Pete. Pete won that one. Ernest was cheating.
All right.
Well, I mean, you're lying. You can't even do the question.
Okay. What's the next one?
You can't even do it. Cheating is lying
Got the what?
in my book.
Not always.
You know, if I wasn't so.
Well, maybe on the
Right,
next
you can
one.
see I'm ready
Maybe
on
on the next one. If you guys agree on this one, then I don't know what. I'm just gonna stop the show.
I just got finesse out of a point because I looked.
No, you were trying to seek answers from the crowd.
Bro, all right.
No, I'm trying to get from your own opinion.
I gave my opinion.
No, I'm trying to get from your own like mind at this point.
Bro, I just looked at Derek doing this. That doesn't give me an answer.
Shouldn't have been looking.
All right, bro.
All right, fourth question.
I'm gonna remember this.
Yeah, remember it.
I sure will.
Remember it. But I mean, fourth one. You ready? Would you rather know how you will die or when you will die? I think this is a kind of common one that we've all heard before. Normal combos.
I'm still mad about the other point.
Ah, well, get over it. You can iron on this one by not cheating.
I didn't cheat.
Would you rather know how you will die or when you will die?
We know how Christian's gonna die.
I was going to go with Pete anyway.
I always think you just see what you're doing, in all honesty.
I'll describe.
Take a picture.
To
of it.
my right, there is a big white board that's blocking our sound designer's voice.
Okay.
Or
so,
it's blocking our sound designer's face.
yeah. Got a nice
Would you rather know when you will die or how you will die? So if you're going to get chopped up in a blender or you're going to die on April 1st,
That really didn't help at all, did
2023.
it?
Who?
Are you gonna go first, or am I gonna like talk first?
You go first.
Okay.
I don't even think.
When both scenarios / and or situations, I suppose, will leave you with paranoia no matter what.
Which one?
Both are gonna leave you with paranoia.
Yeah.
Paranoia, because
Yep.
if you know when you'll die, you're essentially, without even realizing it, you're starting a I call it a inner countdown, I suppose. That you're like, oh, 2 years before I pass, or only 8 years until I eventually pass away. Versus if you know how you'll die, then that becomes, I will do everything in my power to not do said thing to make me that I will die. And when saying how you will die, it's not going to give you a definite that you jumped off something. Let's say that if I jump off a plane or something, if I'm skydiving one of these days, which I actually really want to do, will I know that the first time I skydive will be my last, or that second time I skydive? So now whenever I want to do something fun, I'm left with paranoia both ways. But I would rather know when. Because if I know when I'll die, then I know that I will be left with that inner countdown, but I would much rather have that inner countdown than be paranoid about everything I do in life. Leading up to that point, I mean.
Okay. I think it'd be fun to know the how. Because think about it this way. For one, you could even though you wouldn't know when, you could leave some like sick foreshadowing stuff so that when you died, your friends are like, "Whoa, that's kind of weird." All these things he said.
Profit.
Like you have to be really subtle with it. So you could make them think, you could mess with them a little bit, which I mean you'll be dead. So probably won't be too worried about how confused your friends are over your death. But I don't know. Then now I assume it's just not preventable. Like you are going to die that way.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd see it coming probably then.
Mm-hmm.
Like depending on what it was. Like if it was hit by a truck, maybe you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But like you'd be like, oh, here I am in the middle of the interstate. I'm probably about to die.
And you can start texting everyone.
You're like, love you.
Yeah.
Boom, hit by truck. Like you'd probably see it coming to an extent, depending on how specific it was. Like if it was, die in a volcanic eruption and you're vacationing in Yellowstone and stuff starts rumbling, you're like, well, that's it for me.
Yeah.
That could be all right. But knowing when you die, I feel like, I guess it depends when it was. It takes the fun out of it,
Of knowing when you'll die.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd rather know when than how, honestly.
Why?
They both. I mean, I gave my points, but I
Yeah,
mean,
I know.
both to an extent, kind of takes the fun out of things. To put it in your perspective, because knowing, also dying is not fun. Let's classify
we
that.
don't know that. None of us have done it.
That's why it's not fun. But to make my point, both takes the fun out of it, because yes, now you know how you'll die, but in my case, you know when. So like let's say that I die, I don't know, maybe in a couple of days, or I'm not even gonna say that. I was also like, if I fly home and the plane just crashes.
He's flying home for spring break, and he's flying, so.
Yes, I could avoid that plane, but at the same time, there's no avoiding it, because I'm not about to just waste $400 and not go home. So even knowing that I'm about to die, and there's no, and even when you know when you're about to die, you can't really stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
But there is the advantage with the when you're about to die. If it's like 80 years out,
Yeah.
you can be absolutely wild.
Up to that point.
Yeah, like if you're like you're gonna die when you're 93, you can take some risks you wouldn't normally take. But then the question is, do you change that, and then oops, you died because you did something stupid because you thought you knew when you were gonna die?
Then again, when you know when you'll die, doesn't that not open a butterfly effect? Whereas you change one thing, and that time could drastically change when you die.
Yeah. Well, and if you knew how you die,
Kind of same way, don't you think?
kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't. Because think about it, we probably dodge death by less than we think all the time.
100%. Yeah.
Like especially say driving, right?
Yeah.
We probably dodge death all the time.
Higher chance
without
of dying
thinking
in
about
a
it.
car crash than a plane crash.
Well, if you're in a car crash, lower chance. If you're in a plane or a
that's
car,
true.
the chance of you dying on that trip is higher.
That's true.
Also, there's a chance. There's a high chance of crashing and dying when it comes to distracted driving. So do not drive.
Don't drive distracted
Don't drive distracted
or drunk.
or drunk.
And if you're driving drowsy, after 18 hours, that's the same as being intoxicated. Don't drive drowsy. Get home alive. Click it or ticket. It's the law.
You know,
Don't drive sober. Get pulled over.
Whoa.
I got a funny story.
No, drive sober. Drive sober. Don't get pulled over.
Yeah, drive sober. Don't get pulled over.
Wow. Okay. Here we go.
I got a funny story.
Yeah? Out with it.
Can you
So-
give the point to whoever first to make your
Yeah.
Story.
Give us a point and then how or when.
You know, I'm agree with Ernest
Yeah,
because you did give better points, and
he did.
yeah, I think the whole fun thing was kind of just like out of the blue. Yeah, it didn't really make sense, but
what made sense?
And-
Wait, what did make
like
sense?
he was trying to say like it's fun to like
yeah.
know like when you like or how you'll die, and you were kind of like I don't think it would be fun, so I like that part. Anyway, my story. Had a really bad cough, and like my throat was hurting. You know those like cough drops you get, the ones that are like
Bro, you are hilarious.
the ones that are like the ones that are Like you're only supposed to do like one an hour, like one cough drop and one cough drop
Did
every
you
like
OD
12
on cough
hours.
drops?
I thought they were just like regular cough drops. Like the big red ones is what I was using. But I thought they were like, they could be used as like small little ones you can get at store, like halls and stuff.
Yeah.
I took like 4 or 5 like in a row, just back to back to back. And I didn't know because my throat was still hurting. And I was like, well, it ain't working. So I just kept taking them. And then like I was driving like an hour to like Baghdad for Converge. And I was like, Lauren, I'm drowsy. I'm tired. I explained
Wait, did you
to her.
take the ones that put you to sleep?
It was, I mean, they make you, I don't think they put you to sleep, but they'd make you drowsy. And, because I think they have, like, I guess, cough syrup in
You
it or
took
something.
5 of them.
I was like, yeah. And I was just like, man, I feel out of it. And she, like, it was so funny.
Did you not?
Well, because it was funny because I was like, because Lauren is a nursing major.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there like, she was reading it, or like right when I told her what I was using for my cough, she was like, Christian, you're supposed to have like one every 12 hours. I was like, wow, didn't know that. Yeah, it's not Lauren W, it's Lauren P.
Yeah.
I don't know who Lauren W is. I think if Lauren W would like to reach out, we could have her join the show. We'll watch it. She seems like our #1 fan.
No.
She can just sit back there and watch it.
We don't know who she is. Lauren
I think
W,
I
you're
know who
amazing.
she is.
We heart you.
I'd like to meet her because it seems like
I think
She
I
really
know.
enjoys
I think
the
I know
show.
who she is.
okay. Well, Pete might know who she is. Your sister?
Could be. Anyway,
That's
Yeah, Lauren Wilson. That's right.
that'd be wild. Though.
Next
That would be
question.
wild.
Budget.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that
Sorry.
story was kind of just like,
Yeah, you almost fell
Out
asleep
of
while driving.
left park.
thanks
Nothing
for
to do
bringing
with
it
Out
to
of
my
left
mind.
park.
Thanks
Out
for
of left
bringing
field, dude. I am not on.
Yeah, wake
edge
up a little bit.
today. Oh, okay, you know what? I didn't.
Okay.
All right.
What's the
5th question. This is, I mean, we tied up here. And this one is,
crazy how that happens?
I really like this one. I saw it and I really liked it. And if you guys can convince me, and I think you guys know which side I would take in this situation, but I would like to hear you guys' point of view.
It's probably something either stupid or really simple.
Would you rather speak to animals or know other people's thoughts?
Didn't we not do something like this a while
No.
back?
I thought we did.
No.
Ah, man.
We did do like knowing other people's thoughts or like reading people's minds or moving things with your hands. Remember that?
Oh, word. Wait, what was it
But you
again?
chose the whole hands thing, so now you're gonna choose the mind, like read people's thoughts.
Wait, what was it again?
When you say speak to animals, you mean everything that's not a human.
Yeah. Like pet animals.
But either do that or read minds.
Or know other people's thoughts.
Question, clarifying question. Can you turn it on and off for both of these?
Nope.
Oh.
You're stuck with it.
You're stuck
So I
with
can
it.
just look at Derek and see what he's thinking.
Yep. Or you could speak to animals.
I could be Aquaman on land. Just sit there and just like talk to animals.
Yeah.
I'm going read humans' thoughts.
All right.
Oh, both would be bad, but think how many animals there are. Right? If you can't turn it off, right? You're like, and here's the thing: you can speak to them, but can you understand them? Or can you
Yeah.
just hear what they're-
I mean, you can have full-on conversations with them.
Hey man, is he not cheating? I just realized that.
Hey, but they're not giving any signs or gestures.
He just told him something. What you
I didn't hear
mean?
what he said.
I didn't recognize it. This is the first time I'm noticing it. You were doing it for the
We
past.
need a referee. I looked at Derek right before Ernest looked at Derek that one time, and you were like, "He's cheating."
Just saying though. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I was gonna go with Peter anyway on that question. I was just trying to end it.
No,
and
you
go
were
on.
not.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
lines.
Talk to animals, read humans' thoughts. Here's the thing. So my question is kind of, I can't just look at Ryan and not read his thoughts.
What?
I can't look at you and like not read your mind. Like if I'm talking to you, I'm reading your mind.
You're stuck with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And if I'm outside, I have to be here. I have to hear everything the animals are saying.
You have to see the animal in order to speak to it.
Okay.
But can you not? You have to see it. But what about let's say I'm walking outside and I hear birds chirping. Will I not understand that?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I feel like if you heard a bird chirping, you'd know
Because
what they were
there
saying.
are
Okay, well, yeah, if
There's-
you
let me-
as you're okay, yeah, go ahead. All right, go
My
ahead.
fault.
No, you're good.
My fault. Sorry, I will say something else.
wanna
But when you're outside and you're walking, not only are you hearing the birds, you're hearing the ants, you're hearing every living thing is talking in unison almost, and you're stuck hearing that. I'd rather just hear people around me in their thoughts versus hearing ants talk about where we're gonna find food, or ants trying to, find different
Okay.
locations. And birds talking about
good-
that. I'm gonna poop on
good
this car.
good
It
counter argument.
looks shiny enough.
It's a good
I don't-
counter argument.
I don't want to hear that.
But here, I'll give you this. You can like walk away from that, or you could you have to notice it. You know what I mean? Like if you hear birds chirping and you hear it, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to him, or you can just walk away from it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you can be like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to him. Like I'm not in the mood to talk to the animal.
Counter argument.
Okay.
There are bees and wasps and various different insects that fly around. You're gonna hear that too, and that is nonstop. Constant.
You can tell them to be quiet. 'Cause
They're
you
not
can
gonna
talk to 'em.
stop.
What if you say something?
You have power over them.
Oh wait, I'm taking the animals then.
That's what I'm saying.
You have power over them.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna be like, B, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna hit you with this flipping shoe.
They're gonna sting you.
Then they'll die. They die if they sting you.
Bees, wasps don't.
Oh, well, screw the wasp.
But you think of a wasp per you.
But here's
You can
my
kill
counter
wasps
argument,
if you know they're there, then you can avoid them.
But there's also
that
multiple.
can be
But
good.
there's also multiple wasps that travel.
You could say, oh, there's wasps in that room. I'm not going in there. I can hear them and I can talk to them, and then be like, oh, I'm gonna leave.
But you're outside.
You can like avoid the area. They don't just start. The wasps don't attack you. You have to
Yes,
Make
but
them mad.
If you
have to agitate them.
You're If you talk to the wasps, you're going to agitate it, and which means they're going to send
You can say I'm sorry.
neuro signs to their pack or something. I don't know.
That's
That
good.
brings the rest of them.
The thing about reading people's minds.
I say neuroscience. That's
it would
crazy.
That's good. That's a good word.
It would be tough
I like it.
for people you cared about, I feel like. But it would be great for say I'm interviewing someone, right? I know what they're thinking, right? I asked them a question about something they don't really want to talk about. They think about what they know about it, and then I go, and what about that specific thing, right? Something they're trying to cover up, right? They're like, how in the world do you know that, right? That would be so incredibly useful.
So you guys are both going with reading
My
people's thoughts.
first thought would be if someone's reading my mind, it's like, let's go to that point right there. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like completely the massive like beep in my head. Like, how does this guy know what I'm thinking?
But also, the huge downside of knowing what people are thinking is a lot of the things people think they don't mean, and they would never say out loud. So you'd have to come to peace with that not everything people say is meant, right? There's reasons they're not saying it out loud. Because think about the things that you think but don't say out loud, right? There's probably a lot of them, right? And some of them you don't say out loud because you don't think they're true.
I don't know why you looked at me when you said that.
'Cause you're the other person in this conversation.
But if you could talk to animals, if you could
Pretty
control
cool.
them,
I already try to talk to animals. I wish I
there's a
could do
dog
What
in
do
the
you mean
library
by
that you can
that?
pet,
that. Is that right?
just chilling by the Knoll studio.
Whose dog is it?
It's just there and it says you can pet me.
No way.
It's sticking out of somebody's office.
I'm going there after
Yeah.
class, and I'm gonna talk to it.
The dog's hungry.
And this
I
way,
like to meow at dogs because then they perk up.
I mean, think about this. I'd take talking to animals because honestly, I'm okay with not knowing what people are thinking all the time. If I could turn off knowing what people are thinking, that would be great, right? But if it says I can't, I'd want to go with talking to animals. Because think
What?
about it. In this room, there's not many animals, and none of them are being loud enough for me to hear them. Right?
We don't know that. But yeah, if they're not loud enough to where you would hear them already, then you wouldn't hear them.
Then I wouldn't hear them.
Yeah.
Right? But there's 5 people, and I would just be reading your thoughts all the time.
It's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's a good counter argument.
Outside would be
I
weird.
mean, I literally
you
went
want-
with
you
I went with the same thing he said
Wait, what?
about
But the other way around.
yeah. Like, I'd rather be able to again talking. Well, when you're constantly reading minds, do you have to look at the person to read their minds, or let's say I'm walking in a busy street, or I'm walking through to my class and there's a lot of people. Am I reading all their minds as I'm walking
Make
past?
eye contact. If you look at them, you know what they're saying. They don't have to look at you, but if you're looking at them, it's a lot of people you look at.
Yeah, but it's only for the amount of the time that I'm looking at them. Though. Like once my gaze goes away, then I'm not reading their minds anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with reading the person's mind, because being able to talking to animals is going to be very, very annoying, and constantly being around them is I don't want
That
like
hurts me personally.
I mean I'm just wait what?
That hurt me personally.
Why? Because you're
Yeah, I want to talk to animals.
I don't.
Right.
But to speed things up, I only have to make eye contact with them, and I'm reading their mind for less than 3 seconds. Once I realize I'm reading their mind, I'm going to do everything in my power to lose the eye contact I have on them. Therefore, it stops immediately. Versus animals, as you said, you have to hear it and acknowledge it to read their minds. And when you're outside, you're listening to the birds chirp, you're listening to various different animals that are in the area, perhaps. So you're stuck listening to that. Versus with mine, I can turn it off with just turning my head and looking away.
Okay. I think I've heard everything I need to hear. You know, as much as me personally, I'd rather speak to animals, and I would want to know what. I mean, I think it'd be cool. It'd be very rare. I mean, ain't no one talk to animals and know what they're thinking, you know? But I think Ernest made some good counter arguments and some good points. And so I'm going to go with Ernest on this one. Sorry, Pete, man, I mean,
I'm him. Yeah, buddy.
there you go.
Give me
I'll just have to
that.
beat you next week.
Yeah, you probably will. Won't be here next week, but the week after.
Oh yeah, week after.
Next week's spring break, so it might be a while till you guys see us. But the next time you see us, it will be Ernest in my chair, and I will be in Peter's chair.
I was gonna say.
And yeah, that's been another episode of Black and White, brought to you by the Eastern Progress
Media Network.
And I hope to see you guys back for our next week's show, unless you guys got something else you
Comment
want to
a would you rather
yeah,
question.
please.
If you'd like it featured on the show.
comment, share, watch with your mothers, and
This
we'll see you guys on the next one.
Black and White has been brought to you by director Ryan Gumm and sound director and assistant director Derek Daniels.
And answer
Daniel.
giver, Derek Daniel.
Yeah. I added the S. I apologize. But thank you guys for watching. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.